What if the story of Bleach wasn't just about Shinigami and hollows? What if another, more cosmic power was thrown into the mix? Imagine one fateful night over Karakura Town. It wasn't just the moon hanging in the sky. A blazing meteor, a vessel from another world, screams through the atmosphere. It doesn't just pass by. It crashes, shaking the very foundations of the town in a fiery cataclysm. In the heart of the crater, amidst the scorched and cracked earth, a figure kneels. A warrior, clad in shattered armor that seems to pulse with a faint, otherworldly light. This isn't a Shinigami or a Quincy. This is a Saiyan, wounded but alive. Golden sparks, like dying embers, flicker around his exhausted form. He looks up, his senses screaming at a new, terrifying presence. Not far away, under that same moonlight, Masaki Kurosaki stands defiant. A monstrous, grotesque hollow looms over her, its razor-sharp claws descending for the final blow. Masaki braces herself, a mother's courage her only shield. But just as the claw is about to strike, a blur of motion intercepts it. The Saiyan warrior, fueled by the last of his strength, leaps between them, his fist crackling with energy as he strikes the beast. A protector, even on a world not his own. The scene shifts. The chaos of battle fades, replaced by the quiet peace of a newborn's room. A tiny baby, swaddled in soft cloth, sleeps soundly. This is Ichigo, but something is different. His tiny, clenched fist emits a soft, golden glow, a secret legacy sleeping within him. We see him grow, a flash of his childhood. Young Ichigo, with his signature bright orange hair, slides a door open. Maybe a little too hard, the wood splinters, and for a fleeting moment as sunlight catches his hair, those same golden sparks flare to life around him. A power far beyond that of any normal human child waiting to be awakened. Imagine Rukia Kachiki, a seasoned Soul Reaper, standing in what should be an ordinary human bedroom. But it's anything but ordinary. The entire room is being flooded with an unstable, overwhelming spiritual pressure. It's an aura so immense, it manifests as literal golden flames and crackling blue energy, surging from the boy lying in bed. Rukia is completely frozen, her eyes wide with a mixture of awe and disbelief. She knows this level of power isn't normal. It's something monstrous, something legendary. Then it happens. Ichigo's eyes snap open. But they're not his usual brown. They're glowing with a faint, ethereal gold. His hair is slightly spiked, as if charged with raw energy, and in his hand, a weapon that defies all logic. It's not a standard katana. It's a colossal, cleaver-like blade, almost as tall as he is, wrapped in bandages. This is our first glimpse of Zangetsu, and it's a sight to behold. He's not a substitute Soul Reaper anymore. He's something entirely new. Without a moment's hesitation, a monstrous hollow appears, ready to devour everything in its path. But Ichigo doesn't flinch. He grips Zangetsu with a newfound instinct, a primal understanding of the power he now holds. He swings the massive blade, and the air itself seems to tear apart. From the edge of Zangetsu erupts a wave of pure destruction, a torrent of black and gold energy. This is it, the very first Getsuga. The attack connects, and the hollow is utterly obliterated in a blinding explosion that shakes the entire neighborhood. The aftermath is just as powerful as the attack itself. The smoke clears to reveal Ichigo standing amidst the rubble of his own room. His spiritual pressure is no longer just leaking. It's burning off him like a raging inferno. Golden sparks rise from his skin like embers from a forge, and Rukia, her face, illuminated by this divine golden glow, is trembling. It's not just shock anymore. It's pure, unadulterated fear. In that moment she realizes she hasn't just awakened a human's latent power. She has unleashed a force of nature, a being whose potential is terrifyingly limitless. This is the birth of the Ichigo we know and love, a hero forged in fire and destiny. Imagine this, deep beneath Urahara's shop, in that familiar cavernous training ground, a scene unfolds that's both strange and epic. Ichigo Kurosaki is there, but not as you remember him. He's pushing himself beyond any limit we've ever seen. From a safe distance, Urahara and Yoruichi watch with a mixture of awe and tension. Ichigo's fists aren't just clenched. They're glowing with a brilliant golden energy. It's a power that feels alien yet familiar. He's not just training. He's undergoing a metamorphosis. He charges, a blur of motion, towards a line of training dummies. The impact isn't just a clean cut from Zangetsu, it's an explosion. Each strike shatters the dummies into splinters, the force of the blows sending shockwaves through the air. He's relentless, a force of pure combat instinct. He fights until his body gives out, collapsing to the ground, panting, every muscle screaming in protest. But then, something incredible happens. As he lies there, golden sparks, like tiny lightning bolts, begin to dance around him. They crackle with raw energy, lifting him, forcing him back to his feet. There's a new fire in his eyes, a determination forged in a crucible of two worlds. He's not just a Shinigami anymore. He's something more. With a primal roar that echoes with both his own voice and something deeper, he cups his hands at his side. A swirling vortex of energy begins to form, a chaotic fusion of black and gold. It's the unmistakable shape of a Kamehameha, but pulsing with the dark, raw power of a Getsuga. He unleashes it, and the blast tears through the chamber, a torrent of destructive beauty that shakes the very foundations of the training ground. Urahara has to brace himself, his hat flying off his head. This is power on a scale they've never witnessed from him before. As the dust settles, the golden aura around Ichigo flares violently, whipping around him like a storm. For a split second, the bone-white fragments of his hollow mask flicker across his face, a haunting echo of his inner demon. But it's intertwined with something else, a pure, unadulterated rage. It's the legendary, untamable fury of a Saiyan warrior. His hair flashes gold, his spiritual pressure skyrocketing to impossible levels. This isn't just about controlling his hollow anymore. This is Ichigo Kurosaki, tapping into a legacy of cosmic warriors, and the Soul Society will never be the same. Picture this, the Sairyoku is in chaos, the Soul Reapers are on the brink of defeat, and all hope seems lost. Then a flash of light, golden sparks fill the air, and through a swirling vortex of energy, he appears, Ichigo Kurosaki, but not as we've ever seen him before. The shock on the faces of the Gotei 13 says it all. This isn't just a comeback. It's a declaration. The first to test this newfound power is none other than Renji Abarai. Their blades clash, but this time it's different. The sheer force of Ichigo's strike sends Renji flying back, his eyes wide with disbelief. The raw power radiating from Ichigo is on a completely different level. This isn't just the kid who first invaded the Soul Society. This is a warrior who has reforged his very soul, but you know it wouldn't be a true Soul Society showdown without him. The one man who lives for the thrill of battle, Kenpachi Zaraki. That trademark wild grin spreads across his face as their Zanpakuto collide. The impact isn't just a clang of steel. It's a hurricane of spiritual pressure exploding around them, tearing up the very ground they stand on. Even Kenpachi, the beast of battle, can feel the immense pressure from Ichigo's new strength. And then we see the true evolution of his power. As Ichigo channels his energy, his hair begins to flicker with a brilliant golden glow. This is the culmination of his heritage, the fusion of all his powers. He unleashes a Getsuga. But it's transformed, a devastating wave of hybrid energy, a maelstrom of black and gold, surges forward. It's a sight to behold, the perfect blend of his hollow and Quincy abilities, now fully mastered and under his control. Even the prideful Captain Byakuya Kachiki is left stunned. His seemingly impenetrable Senbonzakura, the 1,000 cherry blossom blades, are met head-on by Ichigo's blazing slash. The countless pink petals shatter into nothing more than glowing fragments against the sheer force of Ichigo's attack. The battlefield is torn apart, a testament to the godlike power Ichigo now wields. He's no longer just a substitute Soul Reaper. He is the ultimate protector, the hope of the Soul Society. Beneath the pale green moon of Hueco Mundo, a seemingly endless desert of white sand stretches to the horizon. In this desolate landscape, the battle has reached its grim conclusion. Kurosaki Ichigo lies motionless, his black Shinigami robe stained crimson, a gaping hole in his chest. Above him, the emotionless Espada, Ukiura Cipher, stands as the very embodiment of despair, his victory absolute. Or so it seems. But in this moment of utter defeat, something stirs within the fallen hero. A flicker of an impossible power, a spark of defiance refusing to be extinguished. From the depths of his being, an energy unlike any seen before erupts. It's not the familiar black and red of his hollow, nor the serene blue of his Quincy power. It's a blinding, brilliant gold. Ichigo slowly rises to his feet, the sand around him swirling into a violent vortex. His orange hair begins to defy gravity, standing on end, each strand igniting with a golden light. The wound on his chest seals, vanishing as if it were never there. His spiritual pressure skyrockets, a colossal force that shakes the very foundations of Las Noches. He throws his head back, letting out a roar that transcends sound, a pure shockwave of power. The transformation is complete. His hair is now a blazing crown of gold, his brown eyes have sharpened into a piercing turquoise, and a fiery golden aura envelops him like a second sun. This is no longer just a Shinigami, this is Super Saiyan. Ichigo. His tattered robes whip around him in the gale of his own power. He raises Zangetsu, the blade now humming with an overwhelming energy. Ulquiorra's stoic expression finally cracks, a flicker of disbelief in his emerald eyes as he feels a power that eclipses his own. With a single, focused motion, Ichigo swings his sword, Getsuga. He bellows. But this is no ordinary Getsuga. A colossal wave of pure golden energy erupts from Zangetsu, a solar flare tearing across the desert. It collides with Ulquiorra's Lanzadel, not just deflecting it, but completely disintegrating the jade spear. The golden blast continues its path, carving a massive molten canyon through the endless sand, the sheer force of it causing the very air to crack and splinter like glass. The dome of Hueco Mundo trembles. Ulquiorra can only stare, his mind, which understands nothing but emptiness, struggling to comprehend the absolute, overwhelming power that now stands before him, a power born from the fusion of two worlds, now unleashed. The air itself cracks under the pressure. Aizen, in his final, monstrous form, stands as a god of chaos, his aura a swirling vortex of black, gold, and white. He is the pinnacle of evolution, a being who has transcended both Shinigami and Hollow. The very ground splits and groans beneath his power, a testament to the terrifying force he has become. He smirks, confident, believing victory is already his. He has planned this for centuries, orchestrated every event, manipulated every soul. How could a mere substitute Shinigami possibly stand against him? He is absolute, he is inevitable, but then a new power enters the battlefield, a power that defies all logic, all understanding. Ichigo Kurosaki emerges, not as a Shinigami, but as something more. He has become Getsuga itself. His once-orange hair now flows long and black, his body cloaked in an endless fire-like light. Bandages of Ryutsu wrap around him, containing a power so immense, so final, that it radiates an unnerving calm. There is no anger, no fear. In his eyes, only resolve. He has sacrificed everything for this single moment, for this one final attack. Aizen, for the first time, feels a tremor of something he long thought he'd forgotten. Doubt. He can't sense Ichigo's spiritual pressure. It is as if Ichigo exists on a plane of existence so far beyond his own that he has become nothing. In a desperate bid to prove his superiority, Aizen unleashes his full power, a cataclysmic wave of darkness meant to erase everything. But it's too late. Ichigo raises his blade, his voice echoing with a profound finality. Saigo no Getsuga. The final Getsuga. He unleashes a colossal slash, a wave of pure, absolute nothingness. It is a cut that tears not just through flesh and bone, but through the very fabric of space and time. It is a torrent of golden black energy that engulfs Aizen completely, swallowing his power, his arrogance, his very being in a storm of oblivion. When the chaos finally subsides, silence falls. The storm has passed. Ichigo stands tall, his aura dimming, the immense power receding. The transformation fades, his black hair shortening, the spiritual bandages unraveling. He stands victorious, but at a terrible cost. As we fade to the final shot, we see him in silhouette against the quiet night sky. Half his face is illuminated by a fading golden glow, the other half cast in shadow, his resting heavy on his shoulder. He saved the world but lost his power in the process. A true hero's sacrifice. Thank you so much for watching this breakdown of one of anime's most epic battles. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you then.